The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Wheeler. He finds Corey Davis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Back to throw. Wheeler being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
They'll go with a keeper.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Henry. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
They run. This is Lewis. About 3 yards there to the 27.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on second down. Wheeler. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down.
Here we go now.
Operating from the gun. Wheeler. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They've got a first and 10 at the 11. Now Lewis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Looking to throw. Wheeler. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Charles Harris in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Go!
They'll start the drive with Drake. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And now and he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 75 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Of course, he's fresh off the Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC, and what a game it was last week, and a long touchdown run right there.
He and his offensive line, the receivers blocking downfield, they're all in sync right now. Could carry him to a second straight Player of the Week award.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
On 1st down, Wheeler going underneath for Lewis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw. Wheeler. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. A nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down. Wheeler, he'll buy some time right. And he whips that one incomplete there. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wheeler. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Wheeler. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wheeler. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A pitch out to Drake, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back, and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills. And now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. 3rd and long, it's Tannehill finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. Here's Matt Hawk now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 30. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gone! Detroit!
Throwing to start the drive. Wheeler flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On first down, Wheeler. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wheeler dumps it off to Lewis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
To throw again. Wheeler sets up the screen to Lewis. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike's 50, Mike's go. Zebra. Face. Zebra. Block.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And this one is incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Clay. Do. Run. Hip.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And give them a gain of 37. First down now, but that clock rolling.
20. Hey, 20.
Tannehill on first down. And he finds Danny Amendola. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Gone! Detroit!
A final shot before break. Wheeler, he's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Hey, 20. Zebra. Hey, 20. Go.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that. A nickel set shown by the Titans on 3rd down.
Thinking pass.
Hey, 20.
Here's Tannehill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's a long door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Muscles by at the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the 2nd level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. Wheeler. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They get it to him running left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Run.
On first down, Drake. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, it's Drake. And some room to maneuver. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for the Dolphins. 45 yards on the ground. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
50-50.
Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. Down to the 25. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the wind at his back here in the 4th quarter. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Detroit!
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is Lewis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
No, check. Patriot!
Looking to throw on second down. Wheeler throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a toss play to Lewis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this.
Detroit!
Hand off to Henry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Patriot!
Now they run with a backup. It's Chris Ivory. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Catanzero's kick is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And all that work been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Now it's Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now they'll run with Lewis. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Titans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Off the toss, Lewis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. From the gun, Wheeler eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. First down now, but that clock rolling.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.